Just checking my emails. Hello, Stephen. No more snow here. Hello, Holly. Hello, Louise. Hello, Catherine. Hello. Oh, there's a courier. Hope he's picked up everything. Hello, Sarah. Hello, Evelyn. Hello, Alison. Hello, Maria. Somebody just sent me a nice picture that they'd seen in the newspaper at the weekend. Oh, at least they're handy today. So you can see my horse from here. He cut himself last night. When I came back from my walk, I took the horse into the stable, and I noticed that when I went back out, that there was blood in the snow, and so I went back in and had a look, and sure enough, there was blood running down my horse's leg. When I say down his leg, sort of just his fetlock, so the inside back leg. Hello, Heather. Hello, Yvonne. I couldn't really see what was going on, and of course he had his head in the trough, troughing. So I thought, well, I'll just let him eat and then bring him out and have a good look at it. Actually, no, I didn't. I found a very small disposable nappy. They're very good for horses' injuries, probably dogs as well. I always have quite a few small size disposable nappies in my first aid box in the stable, so I got one of them and put it over the area of the wound, and then just put a quick bandage round. And then, I know, poor horsey, and then after a bit, when he'd eaten nearly all of his stuff, I said, Fife, could you just hold him, because it was dark by this point. And luckily I've got this amazing thing. This is a very, very good top tip. Hello, Kate. A really good top tip. I got a Christmas present from Fifey about 3 or 4 years ago, and it sounds really, really boring, but it was really good. It's like a cable about that long, and it is attached, and you plug it in, and it's warm. So what you do is you wrap it round the what do you call it? The where the water comes into the standpipe in the stable. Wrap it round it, and then up and round the brass actual tap at the top, and then plug it into the electricity, and it stops it from freezing. So anyway, my hose was actually running, so we hosed it down, had a look, and it really, as usual, well, no, not with me, usually it's worse than it looks, it wasn't that bad. I gave it a really good hosing, and it stopped bleeding, and I sprayed it with that turquoise stuff that probably stings a bit, but it's highly effective. And he seems okay today. It hasn't bled anymore, and I just left it open, because once you start putting dressings on, then you've got sort of, you can get secondary problems. So he's not plunging around in the mud, he's in the sand pit, so hopefully he's all right. Hello, Julie. Hello, Stuart Granger. I hope you all had a lovely Christmas and a very peaceful New Year. I was in bed at midnight on the 31st, on the 30th. So, yeah, I did a sort of social media promotion yesterday for the diaries and calendars, because we just didn't sell as many as we normally would. So we've got a certain amount left, but no artist's year calendars, lots of Hound and flowers. So I did a social media promotion, and as a result, I've got loads of orders that I'm going to do. Hello, Carolyn. Hello, Irene. Back from the vets. What's happened? Pets, animals. Well, at least they're not children. So yesterday we moved on with the Hound, and I don't know whether you remember, but I just felt that my first layer of this painting had the like the muzzle of the hound too small. So yesterday I kind of adjusted that, and it doesn't look like it's been changed. People often say, "What do you make mistakes?" And it's like, well, no, they sort of evolve. Sometimes things aren't quite where you'd like them, but don't think that you can't just paint over stuff with watercolour. Is this live? No, Paul, this is yesterday live. So go away and come back tomorrow. So yeah, you can just move into something quite different. I know I've mentioned this before, and people always think watercolour is such a sort of final, difficult medium, but I don't think it is. I think it's very forgiving, actually. So I love being. Paul, I'm going to have to ban you. Paul is like my son who didn't come out of me, sort of. And he's just said, I love beagles, because he knows that I get irritated when people say I'm at a Christmas event and they look and they go, hey, oh, look, I love beagles. And Paul goes, and I go, wow, nash, nash. Hello, Annie Palmer. Annie Palmer, sorry folks, but I need to address certain things as they arise. Annie Palmer, you'd be absolutely fine if you got into freezing cold water. I'm sure you would be. It is all up here. It really is. It's like it gets to the point where you don't even think, you don't anticipate, you just go, this is what I do. And you walk in and you just swim. Hello, Andy Smith. Hello, Steph Smith. You'd be kicking your heels a bit at the moment. Anyway, we won't go into that here. Right. I haven't got anything ready. Do you know what I thought I would do? I thought I would start another single hound, and then I can move between the two without having to wait ages for them to dry. So I think I'll do that now. I've got a piece of paper. Just need to make sure I use the right side. I can never remember. I can't even tell from looking. I think that's my favourite side. This is Saunders Waterford 350 or 300 GSM, and it's high white and it has a rough surface, but the front and the back are different, and yeah, they are different. And quite often I'll start a painting and then go, this isn't my favourite side. Right, I'll mix some paint first. I'll just let you see how that works. So I'll just get a biggish one stroke brush, or shall I don't know, I'll put them both in, and then I'll just mix a very pale wash with a little bit of blue. That's maybe a tiny bit of a warmer colour. It doesn't really matter what colour this first pale wash is. I think that's probably okay, just for blocking out the first wash of this hound. Okay, was it for Christmas? Was what for Christmas, Paul? He talks a load of drivel. Okay. I hope you can see. Oh golly, that's quite, I can't actually tell. Right. So there'll be the hound's head, and we have to remember the tail or the stern will come out out of the sort of top here. So that's his sort of forehead. Muzzle. And then there's his neck. And there's the sort of, there's the chest, or the point of the chest. Shoulder. So this is a foreshortened leg here. And this one's even more foreshortened. And then this is like the belly, the underneath here. This is the big, powerful back thigh, which sort of comes out from this section here. And then there's the like the, what do you call it? The joint. And the toes. Just want everything to work in a relative sort of way. So that's where that is. And that's the other back foot. So we want the ears. Big flappy ears. Hope you can see. So then the shoulder wants to be a bit bigger for the sort of back end, and then the stern so very broadly is our hound. And while it's still wet, I can be thinking about where the darker areas are. So I will add a bit of paint. Sorry. Hello, Marianne Rogers. Yeah. Right. Yes, of course you can. Is it a long list, or is it? Can I give you a ring back in about half an hour? It's just that I'm right. Okay, what's your? Oh, yeah, because this is an old-fashioned phone. It won't give me the number. Well, you're going to have to, I'm afraid. Mm. I could do 1471. Oh, just hang on one sec. It might shut. I'll just have a quick look on my phone. Don't go away. No, it doesn't. Yeah, yeah. Oh, two. Yeah, I won't say it out loud because I'm doing a live video. If I don't ring you back in half an hour, just ring me and I will take your order and send you your cards. Okay, thank you very much. Speak to you in a bit. Bye. Sorry about that. Oh, she forgot her phone number. Because she doesn't give it out very often, she said. Oh, how sweet. I better write that down. Right. Paint is wet. Right, back to the painting. So, oh, it's not that wet anymore. I don't know whether you can actually see. Right. Tip, 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 tip. Okay, and I did use a really big brush, didn't I? Just make sure you can see. Sorry, it's quite tricky for me to see. Yeah, I think you can see everything. So I'm going to just try and add a little bit of sort of depth at this stage. So this is the neck. It's quite funny how some of it is sort of bleeding away and some of it isn't. Like here is actually dry. Oops, colour's not a very good match, never mind. And his back leg is entirely in shadow. So I'm holding my breath again. I quite often do that when I'm painting. And that's where the pad, it'll come clear later on, that's where the pad is showing. Right. So that's a start. I just make it so that you can actually, so I can see it. So that's like that's a start. And that's not too bad, I don't think. No snow, just lethal roads and paths due to black ice. Oh God, no. I didn't know how I was going to get the horse from the stable to the sandpit because there's... Well, it will be a hound, yeah, running towards. And so then there's this one that I started a little while ago and did a bit more to yesterday, so I'll have a look at that now as well and just sort of build on it. Okay. Just try to make sure that you can see that bit. Tip it a little bit more. I cannot see anything that is being said now, though. Try and find myself a nice pointy brush. Okay. There's not really a method or a system. I just attack areas as and when I feel like it on the painting. So it's all quite weird here at the moment, not having the sort of hustle and bustle of the pre-Christmas sales and sending stuff out and being incredibly busy and worrying about having enough of everything. It's just all rather gone to a rather nice, peaceful quietness. And Lisa and Jane have both got children at school, so I think it's a little bit uncertain when the children go back. I haven't actually heard. I heard the news today, and some authorities were just making their own decisions, which I guess you've got to do. I like working on these bits because you don't do very much and it makes a huge difference. And when you look at that, it really is beginning to look like an open mouth of a hound, which is rather nice. Get a slightly bigger brush if I can find one. Sometimes I think somebody sneaks in here and just steals brushes in the middle of the night. Just need a scrap of paper to make sure I'm getting sorry, I can't concentrate and chat at the same time very easily. I mentioned the like foreshortened pad. Just going to like painting the pads on Hounds' feet. They're it's quite funny. Slightly sort of turned out. And then this one here. Oh, I thought that was my phone ringing. It must be Fife using the bandsaw down in the shed, making a sort of buzzing sound. So just got a message that I need permission. You don't need permission. So yeah, there. If I tip it towards you, they're very, very foreshortened. So yeah, these are the Hound's pads. I don't know why you would need permission, Barbara Roberts, but here you are. That's great. I'll just tip you back up while I carry on. And I don't know whether everybody realises, but my drawing board is on a bit of a slant here, so that does make it all look a little bit weird. I'm going to do my thing, which is just, while that's still wet, touch a little bit of paint, because I want the shadows fall to the bottom, so I'm allowing gravity to help out here. Yeah. See what I mean? Right, where next? I think it needs some more dark areas around here. That's my colour. Yeah, that's just filled out the neck a little bit, which is what I wanted. Sometimes some really very little paint can make quite a big difference. And that's the same on this side, it's just made the neck look stronger and bigger, which is what I wanted. And this is where it's darkest, on the, you know, the underneath of the hound. Finding bits of paint from all over the place here. Okay. Just going to lighten that up a bit so that I can add just a lightish bit of shadow here and try and sort of convey a sense of that leg coming forwards. Okay. It's quite handy for me to see it, you know, in the screen, because then I can get a sense of whether it's going the right direction or not. Thank you, Papa Roberts. You're obviously able to see fine. I'm just gonna leave this, I think, soon. I think that's probably not a bad spot. I'm not sure about having to get permission. That's all very... So that's where we're at with this hound. The other one, I'm quite liking that. We can come back to that tomorrow. If I'm here, I probably will be, because there's not a whole lot else going on right now. Hello, Margaret Wood. Had a long conversation with my mother this morning, ringing me up. It's quite nice, sort of reaching a point where my mum rings me up for sort of advice. And then she said, I really just wanted to discuss it with someone. You don't have to actually do anything. And I was really, really touched by that. I've only just arrived and you didn't wait. Oh, sorry. But Margaret, I'm doing the mother update now. You do like the mother update, don't you? Does it not mean you click on it for permission to appear? I have to click on it to include you on screen, Sue Cree. And I think it would just be anarchy, don't you think? If I was to sort of invite other people to come on the screen. Yeah, so Mum was a little bit worried about something and didn't quite know what to do and where to go, but I was here for her, as I pointed out to her. And I have also said to her, Mum, I'm literally making notes of things now that you're 86. I think that I should be the one to stand up and do that thing at your funeral where somebody adds a bit of your background, and I can tell some stories. And my mother did say to me, she said, I don't want people wearing black and being all miserable. And I said, would you like them to be crying with laughter and rocking in the aisles? And she said, yes. So I said, well, maybe I should be the one to do it. And I literally have been making notes. Did I tell you my mother has? Yes, I do remember you saying your mother said you had the complexion of cold porridge. How thoughtful of her. And I told you that my mother said I had hands like bunches of bananas and I'd never be able to do anything with them. Anyway, my mother is a pianist, you know. And I'm not very good at playing the piano. I can play the cello a bit, but I think being quite rubbish at playing the piano is obviously a bit of a disappointment. Anyway, a eulogy, that's the word. I'll do the eulogy. Or not the eulogy, the herlogy. Anyway, we make jokes about it, but I know fine well I'll be absolutely devastated when she eventually does go. It'll probably be me first. Anyway, it's been delightful spending time in your company. I'm sorry it's a little bit sort of silent and painty, but oh, do you know, I think that's not so bad now I look at it. It's not that easy painting under pressure, you know. Anyway, lovely to spend time with you, and maybe see you tomorrow or soon. Bye.